thing. All right, so welcome everybody. We are the YouLi team, and today we are talking about setting up your online group event and Paywall content. And Chris here from the Human Activation Movement will talk a little bit about his event that he is having on January 30, and that's a paid event for 60 people, correct, Chris?
Yep, it's a maximum seating of 60 people. We're almost halfway filled booking it right now, and we just started advertising for it about a week and a half ago.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, so we're gonna look at Chris's landing page that is currently in a YouLi free brochure mode set up, and he's running his event with Chuck McGee, another breath coach, and the event is set up to Eventbrite. Um, that's how the free brochure mode works for online events if you run them for YouLi. However, there's a lot of advantage for the premium version. Of course, it's all in one system. And Ellie will tell us the how that is doable. And I see that a lot of you are actually our current premium clients. Thank you very much. That you can actually do it right now, right away. What does it mean and what advantage it will bring to you as a tour operator? Let's talk about this. So, all right, while we're talking, I'm gonna share this screen, if I may, and show you what Chris's landing page on YouLi looks like right now. And Chris, would you please tell us um, about
Oh,
your event?
yeah, Vika, did you want to go over the Yuli page first, or do you want to just show them like how the Eventbrite is limited in what we're able to do, and then show the Yuli page afterwards?
Let me try and share my screen first.
Mhm.
And we'll look at your event. Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about this. Your event is currently sold through Eventbrite, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so
Yes.
right now we basically have a Facebook event on Facebook with the Human Activation Movement, which you can find. I linked it in the chat as well. And so basically we just have a Facebook event with the information there, a link to Eventbrite, because that's what Chuck has been using in the past for previous courses and things like that. And then everybody just goes in, and we're paying about 2.5, almost 3%, actually about 2.8% fees to Eventbrite for basically being a part of what they're offering here. We get like one landing page, and you can put in and kind of edit the text. But basically, with this one, it's Chuck McGee III. He's the one of the first Wim Hof instructors in the U.S. He's also certified with XPT performance breathing and the Oxygen Advantage. And we're offering a 3 hour with an hour of questions course on the 30th of January, which is a Saturday. And so, as you can see in here, we have just, the information about what we're going to learn. We're going to go over 3 different breathwork practices and give people a lot of time to ask us as many questions as they could possibly ask us in regards to all the different breathing modalities that we are experts in. And so yeah, I mean, it's pretty limiting using Eventbrite. It's a pretty easy system to use, but there's a lot of other things that we would like to be able to do. Right now, we just get an email contact, and then we have to send them the link for Zoom and send them via email or MailChimp or anything like that. Any additional information or support that we have that we want to go through before people come to the actual class. And there's no real paywall or anything like that where once they pay for something, right on the landing page, you can actually have access to syllabus or additional questions or things like that that we want to ask them, setting intentions and things like that. So I know that YouLi has those as an opportunity. So this is the YouLi page that we have. And you can put in a bunch. It's fully customizable. It's basically like you have your own landing page website to run through. And there's like 3 sections built into here. And this is the second section. And then the third section is the what's included part. You can add in more pictures. You can add in all the links. I love this part. If you scroll down here, this is the live music. So this is like the 4th little section. I play live instruments like gongs and handpans and things like that to the live free classes that we do every week. And then I record that separately and actually upload that into SoundCloud. So we have a whole bunch of music that's free, that's built in with 4 breathwork rounds in the Wim Hof method. And we can link that right in there, which is so cool to be able to do that. So you're just able to provide so much more information. Right now we had the ticket link down there that actually takes us to Eventbrite because we don't have the system set up yet for the ticketing and the booking directly in there, but we're working on that with YouLi, and we're like really stoked to get that going. So yeah, it looks great. Great platform, and we're super excited to start using it.
Awesome, Chris. So tell us also about the content and how would you like to use Paywall in your event?
Yeah, so with the paywall, we really want to be able to provide as much value as we can to our participants, and that includes having them set intentions and having them send the PDFs and the information that they'll be able to gain value from to review the different breathwork types that we're going to be working on, send them any readings that would be good for them to take a look at before they come to the class itself, and even send out, for example, some of the breathwork recordings that we have to them so that they can start practicing the different types of modalities. And right now we have to basically, go into MailChimp and set that up and go and and do it separately. So it's a lot more additional work for us to do. There's nowhere we can really schedule that per person. And with YouLi, I think you can do that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Let's see if we can. So right, we have your requirements, right, for the event. So you mentioned you have 60 people. You're advertising and talking about this event on during your free events, and you share it via email. It's your second platform, and you're using MailChimp as your mass email system. And you paid so far about
Oh yeah.
$150 for
when
Eventbrite.
we
Is
were
that
at 10 bookings, no, 12 bookings, we paid about $130 already
okay?
for it. So it's percentage based, and it's with the prices that we have and with the prices that a lot of travelers have as well. That's like a huge amount of money to pay overall.
That's
Turns into so much, especially as you get more and more people coming and you become more effective or
yeah.
desirable. And
It sounds like we have 48 more people coming, right? So a few more $100 to give to.
just a few, unfortunately.
I see. So let's see, Ellie, please do tell us. Can we help Chris? Save
Yeah,
some
of
money, make his
course.
life better,
Of
save some
course.
time.
Definitely. So with YouLi, you can paywall your content. And just to, as I kind of pull up my screen here, because I want to show you exactly how to do it. What we exactly mean by paywall, right, is that you can essentially have your travelers register on your YouLi trip, right, express interest, but not be able to see potentially really valuable content or information, right, that you've put a lot of money and effort and time into that they shouldn't be receiving until they've actually paid you, right, in some capacity to kind of commit to your trip or to your experience, your virtual event, whatever it is. So that was something that we actually heard a lot from you guys, our community, on what was needed as soon as COVID hit. Right? Because a lot of you guys are super innovative and smart and pivoted to online events and realized that you needed our software to be able to paywall those paywall things for you so that you could still communicate and engage with your audience and still, right, stay alive throughout the COVID times. So to just give you a quick overview of how you actually paywall that content on YouLi, you can see here I'm in an example trip of mine. I'm under my tasks and customs forms area. You can add a task, right, create a new one, but I went ahead and kind of started one. So I'm going to go ahead and edit here and show you kind of what you do. So you obviously create a new task or edit whatever task you would like to paywall. Right, you would add that content in the instructions or attach it from your computer. Right, again, that could be anything that's valuable that you don't want your travelers to see until they pay you at least their deposit. right? And that can be, even journal questions, or like Chris said, right, breath work sessions that he has done for people who have already paid, right? And, video content, masterclass. We have people using YouLi for like trainings and master classes now as well. So that type of thing. You set it up by going to due date. You want to make sure that it's actually switched to due date relative to booking date. And right, remember that booking date, that means that your traveler is paying. So booking date would be that first payment, that deposit, that booking date when you actually get them sucked into booking. The other big thing to note here is you do want to make sure you mark hide from travelers until due. So if this is unmarked, they would be able to see this task. They just wouldn't be notified that it's due, right? So there's 2 prongs to make sure you paywall your content. Switching it due to booking date, hiding it from your travelers until it's then due. The power with this, right, is if you choose what day, if it's 0, that means that they immediately would unlock this task and whatever content is in this task. So if it's something, right, that you set up that you never need to come back to again, it's one $15 pamphlet or whatever, right? They would immediately get that, and you would never have to, put a ton of time and energy administrative into that anymore. But if it's also, a masterclass type of setup that you're doing experience, you can have multiple tasks that are paywalled. So you could have one that, a video that they get right away when they sign up. You can have a video they get 1 week later. You can also have homework due 3 days after that, right? So you can really make this how you want to based on that. So of course, then you do want to make sure you click save. You can, of course, change and require whatever answer. All of the other amazing things that come with YouLi tasks still apply.
And Ellie, I just wanted to highlight on there as well that there was a space to like drop in the file and drop in any video that you have or anything like that too. So it's, you have it hosted in Google Drive or whatever you want, and you can just drop that in. And, I was just actually, Chuck was just getting back to me about when he wants to create a little intro video that we can load into there to have it on that landing page at the front. So it's really customizable. It's a great little piece.
Exactly. And tasks are a lot like highlight and itinerary items, if you're familiar, right, with YouLi, which actually I know pretty much all your faces. So most of you guys are. So, right. You can turn your tasks into everything and anything. It truly just takes that step of diving in and being creative about it. So that is how simple and easy it is to paywall your content. I'm going to go ahead and maybe give it back to Vika. I can dive into what the process is like for your traveler, but it truly is, they register, and as soon as they send you that email, if you put 0 on that booking date, they will immediately see all of that task information pop up, and they have access to what you've put into your YouLi experience trip page. So yeah, simple and easy.
Thank you,
That's
Ellie.
the best, right?
If you can keep your demo up for us,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go for a round of questions. Starting from Chris, of course. Is there anything specific that you would like to add, or have questions about the process or notifications that people receive about that?
Well, I was actually just thinking that it popped into my head. One of the things that we'll definitely be doing as a task once people have paid for the course is have a recorded introductory breathwork session that just is there for them personally to go through as soon as they actually book it. It's like, I just thought it was like a really, really cool thing to do. Is like you book your class and then automatically your first checkmark thing to do is like, here, join us for a quick breathwork session. Enjoy yourself and set your intention for this class or whatever the event is moving forward. So it's like, there's like all these ideas are popping up into my head that are going to be just really fun to play around with, actually.
Well, and with YouLi too, right? You have the option to set with your tasks, right? Those automatic reminders. So they'll get reminded to and feel engaged with and communicated to because they're getting those reminders that they have homework or breath work or journal entry or, or passport information, right? Whatever it is you're building.
Well, and that to me is like the most important part, right? It's the customer experience or it's the client experience where they feel cared for and they feel like you put in all this additional effort rather than just like, oh, click you're booked. I'll send you a link to the Zoom in a week. it's like, oh, click, now here's all this additional stuff that I get to experience and get to know your
Totally.
practitioners or your trip leaders. So it's really awesome.
Amazing. And
it can also, I just want to add, Vika, it can also be a prompt to get people to give that deposit too, right? Right. This idea that, oh, I unlock all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so making sure that you let, your travelers, even in a highlight item, saying like, make sure you send your deposit now because you unlock all of these special things as soon as your first deposit comes through, right? So they get that feeling of there's a lot of value in giving that first payment, that first deposit.
Totally. Yeah, I'm even thinking right now on the landing page, we'd put a fourth little section that says, once you've made your deposit and register, you gain access to breathwork video and library of research and whatever other these things are that you get a chance.
Exactly.
And there's also so we have kind of like the beginning setup. There's also the opportunity for tasks that unlock the day of. So you could even have the Zoom link unlock or any other things that you really want them to do, like right before you leave, or reminders of like what to bring with you. Bring your headphones, bring a yoga mat, make your space, make sure you're prepared for 11 o'clock or whatever that is.
Totally.
So that's the beginning, the middle, and then at the end also you always have tasks for, what was your experience like? Here's a worksheet that you can do to give us feedback, or check mark like go onto our site and give us a review.
Exactly.
thanks, guys. And on that note, on customer experience, I assume that a lot of people that you trying to communicate with would experience it on the phone, right, rather than sitting down on a computer. Ellie, what do we have about the phone experience?
You mean like if they call and have questions about their account or anything like that?
Yeah, what if they access this event on the app, let's say, like, and how would they experience this task when they when experience Chris's event via YouLi platform?
Great question, Vika. No, it's because of, right, on YouLi, we have the mobile app that comes with anything that's Crew Starter and above. Your travelers and experiencers could actually do it on their phone as well, right? Because if the Zoom link is attached as something that is a paywall, it would just pop up and they would get bumped straight into it from their mobile app. Any journal entries they could do from their phone, anything. They could do anything from their phone. And if you've, set out a schedule of events for like an experience over the weekend or something like that, right, they would get both the itinerary items and the tasks all there on their phone, which can be super powerful as well.
Yeah, that's something that we've found it useful ourselves as well. And, going and planning our trips and entering those events online and managing people until looking at deposits and counting and how many people are gonna come and join us today. So thank you guys for coming. Do you have any questions regarding on how you could apply that to your business, to your tours, boats? And everybody is muted, as if you would like to speak, please unmute.
I have a question.
Hi, Emily. Yeah.
Hi everyone. I'm just wondering, what is the maximum video time, I can upload to this application? Like requirements, how big might be the file?
To be completely honest, I don't know if there's a limit. Vika, do you have an idea?
What we normally do is you upload the video into YouTube, and then within YouLi, you embed the YouTube video. So whatever restrictions
super long.
I thought I can do it directly without YouTube, just to upload some video I created.
So you
There
can.
is a limit on there, Ellie. I think it's 12 megabytes.
Okay, awesome.
But you can, I mean, if you just have it on Google Drive or any of the cloud-based storage plans, you just get the shareable link, and you can just literally drop the shareable link into there. So you could have a 25 gigabyte file that would just be put into there with the URL. And it actually works really well with Google Drive links. I've tried it as well.
Yep.
Oh. Excellent.
Yeah, see, it says right underneath there, max 12 megabyte files.
Yeah,
Use
you were
Drive or
correct.
Dropbox for
Okay.
files.
Thanks,
Dropbox
Chris.
is a great way to do it.
And actually, I can use this link to YouLi, like upload video, say, drop it to my LinkedIn or some social media, other, could I?
Why not? You can redirect wherever you want to redirect. So yeah, of
No,
course.
I mean, there's no firewalls, whatever, from technical side, no limitation. Yes, okay.
In the
To-
link wise, yeah, go Ellie.
Well, I was gonna say, do you mean like to link to your YouLi trip where the task is paywalls? Or do you mean your video that's on like Google or Dropbox?
No, I'm trying to understand. Paywall, it's kind of part of this system, yes? It's integrated already in a YouLi. So I do reference to this link, say on my LinkedIn, yes, on some social media for the event or my video. And because this way I would like to attract people actually to look to my YouLi virtual tour.
Totally.
Yes?
Yeah, I mean, that's like just what we do with this as well. So rather than sharing the Eventbrite ticket link, we share the YouLi URL, and it'll take people directly to the website that we created, to that page, and that page can have any videos that you want in it, built in.
And promoting YouLi at the same time.
Both.
Exactly.
Well, that is actually up to you if you want to promote to have a YouLi thing or white label into your brand. Because if you wanted to not say YouLi and say emilybelive.com, then you would buy features called white label domain. That's one of the premium features that you're totally free to do, and then that way we connect connect your domain to YouLi, and it's not going to say YouLi. But as of now, if you don't do that, then yeah, it's the same time. It's Chris here is acting as an ambassador for YouLi, right? And the same thing that you can use an affiliate link as a travel agent for your representatives. If you are using it, you're promoting us. So if you do it under your brand, that they're going to be promoting you. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I'm just thinking really, just get to my mind to create some virtual tour. I was planning actually to be in Mexico for next month and a half, but my tour was canceled. So now I think how to do this virtually and using the video. Okay.
You're going the right way, exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for questions. Nick, I know. I had a question. I'm sorry. I'll come back to you, Nick. But I do have a questions from Karen that ask, can we talk a little bit more about the paywall? So Karen, is that the question about what the paywall is in general? How?
So
Okay.
Vika, I'm going to go ahead and give an example of how the paywall works, if that's okay. So
Perfect, thank you.
So this task is made. I'm actually going to go ahead and click over into my Manage People tab, where I have two people. I actually have a test person who is registered, but they haven't paid yet, right? So they're not booked, right? They have not made their first deposit. So I'm going to go pretend to be this person and make that deposit, so you can see what it's like for that person to experience the paywall.
Can I just explain it kind of really quickly, just like the top down level?
Of course.
It as with the whole system. So YouLi is a booking system, right? And you have to pay to book to access the trips and all these things. So the paywall is just a extra level of content that once they pay the money to book the trip, they get access to. So rather than just being a booking platform, it's a booking platform with a paywall that splits like what's free and then what's content that you get afterwards, is my understanding.
Exactly. So right now, there are 5 tasks that are not paywalled, right? There's that 6th task that's, the sustainable travel video guide, or whatever I titled it, that will eventually show up once this person actually makes their first payment, right? Once they actually book and they do their deposit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because this is a direct bank transfer. I'm actually going to have to reconcile and confirm their payment on the back side of YouLi. So I'm I'm going to go back to edit trip because I, as a planner, now need to confirm this payment. So just 1 second.
And we wouldn't have to do that part, right?
No, if you're using credit card or Stripe or integrated in that way, that would automatically go through. So you wouldn't have to go through this step. It would automatically happen immediately. But now if I go back and view as that person on their trip page, right? I can see that they are booked. They have made that first deposit, and already, right? The first thing that it's prompting me to do is actually go to that first task that was paywalled. So now if I click over into tasks, I can see that I have that paywalled content. I didn't actually embed a video, but in theory, there's a video here. And then I give some feedback as well on that video, right? I have access to that content or that Zoom link that, became live because they signed up for the Zoom event that they paid for, or something like that, right? The idea being if Chris is hosting a breathwork session and this is an event page, almost like Eventbrite, they sign up and then they don't actually get that Zoom link until they've paid him the money. Otherwise, right, everybody could go and join his breathwork, which would be amazing. But also Chris needs the money,
which
right?
everybody
he needs
can
to get paid.
join.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them per week that are free.
So so
not the 4-hour class.
Exactly. And I've actually done Chris's breathwork. If you are interested, you should do his free sessions. They're amazing. So does that help, Karen? Yeah.
we can do a short one at the end of this before we all log off.
Does that help a little bit, Karen? Kind of explain what Paywall is and stuff?
I think so. I'm still not clear on how do I make some tasks available. How do I differentiate between the tasks that are available before payment and the tasks that are available after payment?
Gotcha. So I'm back in my tasks tab, right, on the planner side. Yeah. And it all has to do basically with due dates and then hiding that task from your traveler until it's due. So as you can see here, right, if I actually click into I'm going to go ahead and edit this same one since we've been working with this one the whole time. When I click over to due date, I have it due after the booking date, right? So it is really contingent upon them paying that booking date. Again, if it's a Zoom link and you actually don't want to give them the Zoom link for the event that they paid for until right before, you could actually put 10 days or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. But you could change that. And then the other important thing is hide it from travelers until due. So this was actually something that a lot of people asked for as a separate feature, just because they will have 17 tasks that travelers have to get done before they actually travel, and they'd like to make it seem less overwhelming. So they have 17 tasks, but they actually only see maybe 8 or 9 at a time, and by the time they get all 17, they've already completed 10 of them, right? That kind of idea. So they do function almost as different features here, but in order to paywall it, so in order to make it so that your travelers can't access the content and information in this task until they've paid, you combine those features together. So does that help a little bit? Was that okay? Awesome. Cool.
Hey, Ellie, I do have a question on here as well.
Yeah.
It says 0 days after booking date. If I say somebody registered today on our class that's for the 30th, and we want the part to be through the paywall to only be offered to people that have paid, but we want it to come available on the morning of the 30th. How would that work?
Great question. So you would actually switch to a specific, no, you'd keep it to booking date. You would switch it probably, I'm thinking.
Well, how many days? Okay.
Yeah, so because then somebody's going to register tomorrow, and then somebody's going to register the day after that. So am I going to have to go in there and, individually make that applicable to each person? Or is that something, that was one thing that I was seeing that would be difficult to do, is that I want to
rather than having it related to booking date, you would actually have it tasked with a specific date, right?
So you could do it, this is January, but let's say it was September 30th, and then you would hide from travelers until due. The thing to remember, right, is it's visible 1 week prior to the actual due date, right? So they would get to see that earlier. They would see that due date earlier. For your specific case,
Well, so could you show only to, so over there on the other side, for example, you have everyone registered. Does that mean everybody that's paid, or is that everybody registered?
So that would be everyone registered. This
So,
kind of, go ahead, Chris.
so yeah, so only show two, is there an option to people that have paid?
No, only show two, you would actually type in. So I know like I'm on this trip.
The names of the people.
So there's, Ellie, correct me if I'm wrong, but if we do this one more step, right? So first we set up this event, this task that will show up on January 30th, but it will show up to everybody. The problem we're trying to solve, it will show up to everybody, not to everybody who just paid, correct?
Yeah.
So here also on the date when it becomes available, right? So it's on the date the event is happening. You can make that event private, right?
You could. So you could change this event to be private, but everybody who is registered would already be kind of in your YouLi kind of CRM, right? And your managed people. So I do actually think, Chris, probably the best thing for you, right? You have your event on September 30th. You want people registering until the last moment. Because it's a Zoom link, you would actually put in the task, right? You would label this Zoom link to click into on September 30th, right? You would make that kind of really bold. You would, here's the Zoom link, make sure you have good headphones, comfortable seat, whatever, you would type in here to prep them for that video. You would make this due relative to booking date because it's super important, right? They don't get access to this link until they pay you. You would give it to them right away because they paid you. So here you go. Here's the Zoom link that you get. And you would hide it from travelers until it's due, right? So they would get to see it kind of immediately as they paid you the money. What you would then go and do, you would click save here. I'm not going to, but you would click save. You would then go and when you click update trip, you'd actually want to make sure you close registrations potentially to a certain date, right? So you could pivot anybody in case you wanted to. Right, to maybe that September 29th, kind of really push people who are signing up last minute to probably, engage with your other content or be, really prompted to reach out to you specifically or something like that.
Then if you have still people registered and not paid at this point, you can accept them, right, from that task. So they will not see that.
Well, they won't see the task anyway because they will have not paid. So they won't actually have a booking date ever. So they would never see that task, even if they've registered. The power with YouLi is that Chris then could, he comes in 2 days before the event is going to be live. He's going to click manage people. He's going to filter and he's going to say, okay, I want to see everybody who's registered but not booked, who has not paid me yet, but has shown interest in my breathwork class. He's going to have, 20 people here, not just one. Hannah is my sister's name, by the way. It's not creative. It's just my sister. And then he's going to select all of those people, right, in YouLi. He's going to send a message and he's going to say, don't forget to save your spot, right? And he's going to send out a marketing email from YouLi so everybody has their personalized link, and he's going to say the chance to change your life, or relax, and all of the things, right? He's gonna push all of the people that he knows have shown interest but haven't yet paid him to then go sign up and immediately get that link. He could even say, right, you immediately get the link upon sign up, right? So that people know they pay, and then they get access to that link right away.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Perfect. Does that help, Chris?
Yeah, that definitely does. Yeah.
I hope so.
For you, then I don't have to go into MailChimp and do that separately and organize everybody in a different spot. It's just, you have community management per trip built in.
Yeah.
Landing page.
Well, and we already talked, Chris, about you could still push all these people into your MailChimp too, right? So we integrate with Zapier at YouLi. And so basically anytime someone signs up on Chris's YouLi event page, right? They also, with Zapier, can get bumped straight into MailChimp, into his just marketing email, kind of whatever you call, that. So he can easily do very targeted marketing within his YouLi trip page, but then also, right, he funnels all those people for future events as well to be cultivated and engaged. So
Totally.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh,
So,
I have one more question.
yes, Chris.
Is there a way, so we offer 10% of our seats to our classes, or more sometimes, at different prices. So we want to be able to offer this to people that also can't afford potentially the $150 for the class. So we always have some like financial assistance spots. Is there a way to, when somebody registers, send them a specific changed like different rate for the course? Can you like bill them directly for that? Say we only wanted to charge a specific person $50. Is there a way to do that?
Yes, 100%. So YouLi, I would suggest you probably create a package, Chris. So you would go to update trip and then pricing. I'm assuming you kind of first communicate with the person that's getting the lower rate.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yep,
we advertise on our free breathwork classes for that, and then just have a conversation with them to align with whatever that's going to be for them. And so then packages sound like the solution to this.
Yep. So you'd have like your standard package, whatever that would be. And then I would actually suggest you make a package, right? Whatever the discounted price is, but you would actually make it hidden. So no one would actually see it at all, except for you and whoever else you're collaborating with as the leaders on the trip. And then when that person registers, you go and you actually on the backside would assign them this package. So they would see it, only them, that you assign that to, and no other, you couldn't access it on the public page. It would be required that a planner gives that to a traveler.
That's perfect. Yeah. So we would just go in, make a package, assign that to a specific person, and then they could pay for that. That would get them in as registered and paid.
Exactly.
Thank you, Ellie. And just to clarify, right? So we were talking about brochure mode before that Chris was using, the free mode in YouLi, and now we're in the booking mode, as you can see. And that means we can assign packages, we can create more tasks, we can actually collect payments and not pay 2.9% Eventbrite, right, Chris?
Right.
But rather,
It's nuts.
Rather stay with $60 a month and kind of save some money there. Awesome. Yes. Okay. So anybody else has any questions?
On Facebook.
Oh.
Ashley Kidman, I'm not sure if she's on here with us, wrote down, how do we make sure that the video, example, YouTube video behind the paywall won't be able to be seen on YouTube directly? And I mean, for that one, basically, like you either have to upload that to YouTube as a private video so that it's not available on there. And then I think YouLi can take YouTube videos, right?
It's not listed, in YouTube.
On YouLi or on YouTube, all you have to do is make it an unlisted video, and then only people who have that link have access to it.
Or you Drive, use your cloud storage instead of using YouTube. It's one less step.
Great question. And then Amelia, I see that you keep raising your hand too. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted just to clarify if this paywall feature is available for every type of membership. My membership, I just checked again, it's future ready. Can I use this paywall?
I believe so. Are you, Vika, do you know? I know it's available on Crew Starter.
Emily, you're so lucky to have Future Ready, because that plan is no longer available. And you're the lucky one who got it during the summer. So let us double check that with our fabulous Jen, and we'll get back to you in a private message. Thank you for asking.
I think you should be able to. I think the big thing with Future Ready is you just have less tasks to use. So I said, I think you should have access to it, but you can probably go check now too, and check into your tasks and see if you have a kind of bump up to book higher too.
Can you show
Yeah, that's the
again?
best way to do that. Log in and see if you have it.
I will do it. I just didn't want to interrupt, to do it.
course.
I open already the page, but what is a sign I would have on my application? If you can quickly show, the kind of, okay, from manage tasks. I will do it now.
Yeah, if you click into one of your tasks, presumably you will actually just not be able to click the switch to booking. I believe that's kind of the bump there that you would get to be pushed into
I
billing.
see traveler tasks option. Manage task, watch video. I don't know.
And then Karen, I saw your hand get raised too. Well, you're good. You're good. Okay. Cool.
Nothing in
So if you don't have it available, the switch to specific date due underneath there, it actually has a little lock on it.
Yeah.
It's a little picture of a lock. So you wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, it just says you gotta upgrade to get it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Cool.
You've been a great supporter for us today.
Totally. You guys are supporting me, so thank you.
And Karen, I don't think we heard you.
It wasn't a question. I was just saying I'm on Future Ready as well, and there's a whole bunch of things that I can't do because I'm on Future Ready. So I have to decide whether it's worth paying my usual amount of money, even though I've got no income from the trips, and just so I can play with YouLi a bit more.
I know. So much has come out actually since Future Ready, which is crazy. So for sure.
Yeah, the one thing that I know it's in kind of that decision-making time. And are you planning, by the way, did something ring the bell when you're talking about the paywall right now? Is it something that you can use? Yeah. Great. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're happy to talk to you, Karen. And we love you. We would love to have you experiment with YouLi more and be our amazing ambassador. And we actually have the 50% off running at by the end of the year. We still have it running by tomorrow. No push. Yes, actually, but it's getting canceled tomorrow.
Yeah.
Even though on the marketing side you're not seeing it anymore. But yeah, it's there. And it's 50% off on whatever the plan you were, the Kickstarters. Ellie helped me on this $60 a month right now, right?
Yes, I think so. And then I think crew is $150. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
It is. It says $150 on the site.
Cool.
Awesome.
If you click upgrade at the top there, Ellie, it'll probably pop up.
Thank you. You're right.
Because I just did that.
So this is the deal that Vika's talking about. If you upgrade, and then these are kind of the two levels. So, yep. And then even deeper, you go down.
Yeah. And there's one more thing I wanted to kind of mention there, that if you notice Chris's site, Ellie, if you want to go to the breast session and go show us the Chris's booking page, it looks slightly different than what you used to seeing in YouLi, right? So it's a little different design. So the only person in here who has that design is Nick. Hi there. So that's a premium version of new style page that wasn't available in 2020, was only available to the Wanderlust community. And that's how we got to have Nick in our community. But right now, if you want to explore with that, if that looks like something that you want to play with, looks like a little bit better version or just more appealing to you, there's a link that belongs to human activation. That's you can get this specific template just by signing up through that link. It's in the chat right now, and we can post it one more time. That's made for retreats more. So if you're on that side of a business, look it up.
Or classes. I mean,
classes.
Retreats and classes. I mean, we're really using this right now. I've done I think 3 sound baths through this, which has a lot to do with preparing people specifically. Really make sure you bring headphones. Really make sure you understand what the experience is that you're actually going into. And we even put in here on top of the payment, or actually for one of them, they were just by donation only. So we literally had suggested donation of $10, $15, or $30 as a part of the site. And I'm not sure if you can still bring that one up, Ellie, but it was a pretty cool one to show the example. And we were getting donations from about half of the people that attended. So if you're doing workshops that you're also doing for free, or classes that you're doing for free, you can still integrate in direct donation or energetic exchange payments, and just let people know, like, hey, even though this doesn't cost, if you got a lot of value out of it, feel free to send us over some energetic exchange for our time and energy. So it's really flexible.
I actually think I was on that trip. Oh, I was a traveler on that trip. I don't know if I was a co-planner though.
You're the experiencer.
I just saw it, breath and sound immersion right there in the middle.
Haha. I was a traveler on that one, not a trip planner.
Yeah.
So this is actually, guys, me as a traveler, not a planner or anything on YouLi. This is like I attended this event as just me. So yeah, this was what
this should, I think, have an example of one of the videos in here, doesn't it? Oh yes, there's like a $5 donation or a $10 donation, and the different options for people to actually send you funds too, if they so choose. And then morning session, prepare for the day, and all of that. So that was a really cool way to do it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. All right. So being aware of the time, we may be finishing this session unless we have any hands raised or any questions we can answer for you.
On the page that we just saw, there was a link over on the left-hand side that said SoundCloud.
Let me pull it back up 1 second.
Yeah, I think that was a link to my SoundCloud profile that has a bunch of breathwork music sessions that I've created.
Okay. I don't think we can't do that, correct? We can't create our own menu.
Oh, you can.
What do you mean we can't?
Good question.
You're holding out on me.
I know, Nick, what? Okay, so I'm back in this trip. Anyway, so if I click in and I go to update trip, Nick, and then just click into settings, that's where you can edit the menu on your trip page. So if you scroll down,
that's all I need to know.
You can also choose what people see.
Can I add any additional menu labels?
Yeah, so is there a custom one that you can add in? Because that one said SoundCloud in it. They made that one for me, so I have no idea.
Well, so you would have to just kind of change the names of some or turn one into something different.
Oh,
so
I
in
see.
this case, right? Yeah, Chris renamed his highlights into SoundCloud, right, and turned the invoice into donate, which was brilliant, right? And instead of having tasks, it's prepare. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Great question.
All right. Any last words, guys? All right. So, Chris, just a question for you, I guess. How do you find YouLi so far, and was it useful, and what can we do to make it better?
Yeah. So it's definitely been useful. I mean, this is the first time we were really doing a more major production on YouLi. Before it was like an 1.5 hour long yoga nidra, sound bath, meditation experience for people by donations, which I was doing for free through all of the first year of COVID, basically, just to support people in their practices and spread a little bit of good vibrations in the world because we needed it. And now that we're moving into classes and courses and things like that, I mean, I'm really excited to work with the Paywall. The only thing that I saw that would be nice, I think, to make it a little bit easier would be to make it a little bit more simple to have like the morning of like being able to schedule like this task goes out the morning of the class at 6 a.m. Like, so that you can actually schedule it, so that you don't have to mess around so much with the dates and things, where you can just be like, boop, this is the time that I want this task to go out. Yes, relative to somebody actually booking. That's the one thing that I could see could be made simpler for the user side. But other than that, I'm really excited.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And that's it for today. Thanks, guys, for
plus
sticking.
you also have like an amazing support team of people, and I don't know if they're on either side of you, but they are for me. So Vika and Ellie, and then the whole awesome team of people behind YouLi. So they're really flexible, and they've always been open to suggestions and actually listen to everyone. So it's good to work with them. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. That's amazing to receive. Yeah. Well, much love to you too. And Ellie, would you like to, or Chris, I know you offered a short breath session. If you are done with us, we can go offline right now. And I have a, yeah? Is everybody okay with doing an online breath session for, what are we saying, 5 minutes?
Yeah, but about 2 to 3 minutes or so.
Okay, let's do this.
For all who wants to participate. So let's do a quick one that'll be nice and centering for everyone. And here at the beginning, just breathe all the way out, whatever you've got in, just breathe it out through your nose. And breathe in to your belly, up into your chest, up into your head, to the top of your breath. And when you get to the top of the breath, take one more deep breath in, stretch, and slowly let that out through your nose to the neutral bottom, and hold there at the bottom. We'll go for 10 seconds. Feel any need for air, just hold it. And we'll go in for 4 seconds through the nose. Out for 6 through the nose. In. And out. No force. Last one, in. And out. And at the bottom of that breath, just hold on empty neutral. No need to force it, just hold there, neutral space. And we'll go in, we'll take a deep, slow breath starting in your lower abdomen to your chest, up into your head. Catch it right at the top and hold it, and then relax your body around that breath. Relax your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your upper back, your lower back, abdomen, pelvis, all the way down through your legs to your toes. Feel any rush of feeling and let it go. And we'll go in for 4 once more. Move your bodies. And out for 6. In. And out. Last breath. In. And out. Hold it at the bottom. Relax your body, stack your spine. And we'll take a deep breath in, all the way to the top. When you get to the top, take one more sip in, and hold, and relax your body around your chest and your breath. And you can tense your abdomen, and your chest, your shoulders, your upper back, and your neck just slightly. Nice and centered. Feel those feelings, and whenever it feels good to you, just let it go and just sigh it all out. And and then just resume your breath however it is that you want to breathe. So that's just a real simple one. It's 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out, all through your nose with a hold at the bottom and a hold at the top. And that's 2 minutes. Imagine doing that for half an hour straight, and then you get a little bit deeper into what we're talking about. So it's a great practice, and it's also just something that you can take with you if you're getting stressed out throughout the day, or you're going into an important meeting and you're feeling anxious. Just literally do that for 2 minutes before you go in. And also something to just share with your clients if you're having a conversation or doing one of these or doing a demo for people. Take a moment at the beginning of it and ask them if they're interested in taking a moment to pause and just breathe for a minute so that everybody can get on the same page and let go of whatever it is that they're bringing in with them to that meeting so that we can all be present together. It's great. People really, they appreciate it usually.
We do. Thank you very much, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was amazing.
And if anybody wants more of that, we do 3 sessions every week. Check out the Human Activation Movement on Facebook. They're all free. The weekly ones are. And I'll just put the link into the chat here.
Yes, please.
And yeah, we love you all, and hope to see you. And let us know if you want to participate or more information or want to join our class on January 30th.
Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll
Thanks.
see you next time.
It was a pleasure to see all of you.
Nice to meet you all.
Bye.